Are we on the air?
Ruh-roh. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, we're tearing this thing down. I got the head flipped upside down. When I pulled the turbo manifold off, there was a bunch of oil coming out of the exhaust ports. So I use simple green. A lot of guys use alcohol. You can use water. Flip the head upside down and fill the combustion chambers full of liquid. And if you've got a valve problem, that liquid will start running out of the ports, or start filling the ports up. So far so good. It's only been a couple of minutes, but yep, we're gonna pull this thing apart. Like I said, I've only got 2 weeks until race week, but this thing's got some serious, serious piston slap. It's got some issues, and the crank's damaged. We're not gonna be able to work that out now, but what I did is I went ahead and pulled the trigger on another short block. Another GSR. It's got Darton sleeves in it, and then for some reason they put a block guard in it too, which is kind of cool, but I'll take it. So it's got Darton drive sleeves, L19 head studs, Eagle H-beam rods, so should be pretty good for what we want to do. Get the car up and running, and it's got 0 miles on it, so it's a fresh build. We got a head gasket coming for it, so we'll get that thing put together. We'll get it in the car, and then hopefully we'll be ready for race week. Hopefully in a couple hours all that liquid is still there, so we shall see. Been a long time since I used this. Now I'm going to check it with my snap-on. The reason I did it with the little one, guys, is because I'm using a bunch of adapters for this big one. We got it set to 100, so let's give it a whirl. Yep. Good there. Good. That's good. All right, that's it, guys. That's torqued on, torqued down, and new motor's going back together, so hopefully it runs good and no more issues. All right, well, as you can see from some of the clips, Bella's got a new motor and some fancy jewelry. Check that out. That's that low cash CNC valve cover. When I went to pick up this motor from the guy, he had this and I just couldn't leave it there. I had to have it. So picked that up and got a new motor in old Bella here. So old motor's over here on the stand. We found quite a few issues with it. The head, it looks like the head had lifted up on us a little bit, and this thing's got a ton of piston slap. Piston to wall clearance is gone. So I need to mic this because I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this motor is 85 millimeter already. If not, if it's 84, then I can go to 85 and we'll go from there. figure out what to do with this one later. In the meantime, we're gonna get back to work, get this thing put back together. We also found a couple cracks in the turbo manifold. So ran them over to Fab this morning. Joe Fab, and had him, took some tinsel rod in there and TIG those up for me, got those cracks fixed. So we're gonna get all this put back together. Should have the car back together today, and then we're switching turbo sizes. We are going from that giant GT4202R to a 3584. I believe it's a 3584. It's a GT35 dual ball bearing. It'll keep this thing spooled up in between shifts. That turbo would be great for this motor if I was making 50, 60 pounds of boost, but I'm not. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing put back together and get ready for Rocky Mountain Race Week. All right, well, we got her just about all finished up. New motor's in. God, this valve cover is just sheesh. So intercooler's in. Now the valve cover looks so good, it makes the intercooler look horrible. So I'm gonna shine this thing up too before I'm done. As you can see, no turbski. But the guys and gals over at PFI Speed got it ordered for me, and they're having it drop shipped right to the house here. So a couple more days, the new turbo is gonna show up, and we'll get it on. We're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up here this afternoon. I'm gonna throw some oil in it and get the turbo feed line plugged off and the drain line plugged. And we're gonna go ahead and fire it up and let it run and burn all the old oil and stuff from when the motor was bad out of the header there. So get all the smoke out of the way. We'll get the radiator filled up with water and get the wheels and tires, suspension back in. So this thing's just about ready and just in the nick of time. After that, we're gonna jump on over to this thing, and I'm gonna pull it down a little further and try to really investigate and see what the heck went on with this thing. So yeah guys, just about done. We're gonna make Rocky Mountain Race Week, thank God. And you know, race car stuff is fun, but definitely ain't cheap. But it's what we do, so it's what we love to do. Big fancy, boys. Big fancy. So this thing's just about wrapped up. We're just waiting on the turbo to come. I already test fired it. Sounds good. So we walked over and got this thing disassembled completely, got the crank out, and I think we figured out what was wrong. I've got some photos that I'll put in the video here. That show compression coming out of 3 of the cylinders. When you flip the block upside down, you can see, I'll try to zoom in, see if that'll focus. So you guys see all this aluminum getting pushed out? So what it's doing is it's pushing the sleeves out. So basically it's a drop sleeve, and it looks like it's happening here, here, this one's okay, and this one's starting to drop out. But these, you can totally tell. See how the aluminum is kind of pushing around that sleeve? So this block was sleeved a long time ago, and it is not step decked. The sleeves are just pressed into the aluminum, and then I believe they're epoxied. So hopefully we can send this to Golden Eagle or somebody and get it re-sleeved. It's a good GSR block. If not, it's a boat anchor. The crank's trashed, so there's nothing we can do there. We'd have to replace the crank. So I might just be selling those brand new rods, or maybe putting those rods in that motor. Who knows? But anyhow, nobody's fault. No one's at fault for this mechanical failure. The sleeves dropped, and it was weird because looking at this picture that I just posted, you can see how the compression was leaving, but it was only escaping, you know, a ½ inch. It didn't go cylinder to cylinder or out completely. It didn't fire. It didn't, you know, fire mark the head. So looked like the sleeves dropped. So like I said, it is what it is, guys. That's racing deal, and we'll move on. We got the new motor in, and we're getting ready. I don't know, boys. Got me questioning my manhood with putting this little turbo on here. We'll see how she does. Pulsar GT3584. All right, guys. Well, I know it's a little dark in here, but we've got everything wrapped up, minus making the braided lines for the catch can. We're going to do that tomorrow, but we've got oil in it. We've got water in it. So we're going to jump on in and give her a first fire up here. Woo, there she goes, boys. That oil pressure. Rocky Mountain Race Week, here we come. Looks like we're gonna make it. All right, so like I said, all I got left to do is top off the radiator, make the braided lines for the catch can, and looks like we're gonna be good to go. Get this thing ready to go to Rocky Mountain Race Week, get her back on the dyno at PFI. There we go, not so dark. And we're ready, guys. I know it was kind of an up and down, and the old motor's over there. Needs to be re-sleeved. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. And the next one will probably be on our way to PFI to retune, and then straight from there to Rocky Mountain Race Week.